always wash cars myself because I don't like anyone else touching them. Plus, my wife isn't exactly willing to spend money on a car wash. This time, I converted a garden shed to a car wash station, making car wash more enjoyable. As my local tool shops ask too much money for a pressure washer hose reel, I ordered a hose reel for compressed air from Amazon. It comes with all the nice looking connectors, which is the American National Pipe tapered thread. Only a few threads are holding them into the place. They can handle pressurized air, but not water. We need to modify these connectors. The quick connectors allow the reel to spin freely. After modification, the reel should look like this. Pressure washer hoses are usually reinforced, sometimes even with steel armored, making them just as tough as your life. I don't know whether it's due to quantum mechanics or the principle of entropy increase, but hoses and cables always seem to cause humans so much pain. This is the last time I wrestle with pressure washer hoses. It is hard to deal with those hoses, and this has always stopped me from doing a car wash. It seems the hose still isn't too happy. Then I went to the local hardware store to get some concretes. We need to make a foundation for the shed. Next up, we are making the formwork for the concrete. It's basically just throwing together a frame with some timber boards that fit the size. No need to overthink this one. Pretty self-explanatory. Measure twice, cut once is a wise saying we should all follow. There are many methods to ensure you get the right angles. The simplest way I've found is using these brackets. Use a speed square to double check if everything is spot on. Two short boards can be joined in this way to form a longer board. I did some preparation work for placing the concrete forms. I raked and cleared the sides. To make sure the concrete form is level, I used spirit levels. I've got 3, and interestingly, each one tells me something different. So, naturally I'll trust the one that cost me the most. I placed light-duty steel wire mesh in the formwork. It's not necessary but absolutely good to have. It's time to mix some concrete. The process is not pleasant. It's dirty and dusty. The bags are hefty. Everything must be done in a strict time frame. I chose high-strength concrete because the price difference between it and the regular one is negligible. You can add a bit more water than the instruction on the package. It will make the whole process a lot easier. You'll lose some strength, but it's okay. It will be more than enough. Please don't use fast set ones for slabs, it will not work. Sometimes I even hope people invent slow set concrete. I've never liked and been good at concrete. After a whole afternoon of mixing, pouring and screeding, I achieved this. This is the very best I've ever done. But I still have to say, I hate concrete. Tragedy always strikes when you're feeling smart. Water dripping from the aircon outdoor unit damaged the surface. It seems God doesn't want me to create a perfect slab, or maybe the concrete heard what I said last night. I do understand it's not visible when the shed is on. I did it anyway. For what reason? I don't know. After a few days, the shed arrived. My wife told me only one guy turned up and tossed it at the front door, so I assumed it wouldn't be too heavy. There's not much to say about assembling this shed. Just follow the instructions, step by step. Oh please, certainly don't throw it away. Nor hold it upside down. Just hold it upright and read it carefully and thoroughly. You'll have a masterpiece, or at least a vaguely resembling shed. After assembling the shed, secure it either on the slab or on the wall to eliminate tip-over accidents. Hand tighten the last few threads to finish it. The last thing we would like to see is stripped threads. Earlier, I oiled the timber that I'll be using to secure the hose reels, because it's easier to do before mounting it to the wall. I used water-based decking oil. It's very easy to apply. Just spread them evenly and use water to clean up. Once the oil is fully cured, it forms a tough protective layer on the surface of the wood, sealing it inside and thus protecting it. If you're as unlucky as me, always working solo, grabbing a piece of wood for support will save you a lot of trouble, and maybe even your sanity. Use your preferred way to secure the timber onto the wall. I use the Dynabolts. Keep in mind, for outdoor use, we need galvanized ones. Zinc-plated ones may not last long. I took the machine out and made a partition to divide the space into two sections. The lower section is for the pressure washer, while the upper space can be used for storage or something else. Align multiple boards and cut once. This is the most convenient and effective method for cutting the boards to the same length. It's okay to put electric pressure washers in a confined space as the motors are water-cooled. If you leave your air compressor in it too, air vents may be required, as compressors tend to generate quite a bit heat. I got the electricity into the shed. Wiring can be a bit challenging. If you're not sure what you're doing, it's best to have a professional electrician to handle it. I used a junction box to route the hoses in. Drill 2 holes on the edge of the box, then remove the excess material, creating 2 arches that hold the hoses in place. The purpose of using the junction box is, first, for aesthetics, and second, for waterproofing. Apply silicone to the back of the box to seal the gap between the box and the shed. It also makes mounting much easier. Silicone can stick the box in place, leaving my hands free to tighten the screws. The hoses are routed to the required location. The neat horizontal and vertical alignment is visually pleasing. Drill through the junction box and the wall of the shed. With a structure like this, it's almost impossible for water to get inside. Bring the water hose from the garden tap to feed the pressure washer, and bring the pressure washer hose out to connect the reel. Those quick connectors reserve the mobility of the pressure washer. Then put the cover on the junction box, and you're done. Although cordless blowers and dusters nowadays are cheap and handy, none of them has the power that remotely comes close to the air surging from a compressor. Pneumatic tools are now regarded as outdated. Even many tire shops are switching to cordless tools. Each time the harmonious whir from air motors graces my ears. Dopamine in my brain rises swiftly, bringing a rush of euphoria. Simply roll back the hose, and you will no longer have to deal with the chaotic system. Apart from all those amazing things, it also brings me courage. I no longer fear when my wife kicks me out of the house. That's it. Thanks for watching.